Daniel here for Tabletop for One, and my first impressions after 4 plays of Keystone North America. And I thank you for joining me tonight. Now, Keystone North America is designed by Joyce and Vega, and published by Rose Gauntlet Games. Now, this is my own copy that I purchased for myself. I've not done anything for this publisher before, and I've backed their latest Kickstarter, the Wild Gardens, I think is what it's called, and look forward to playing that one as well. Now, in Keystone North America, you are trying to gather animals into the habitats where they thrive and build these great ecosystems that are complementary towards each other. At its basic level, Keystone is like a tile-laying game, although using cards, and you align them in a 4x4 grid, trying to gain the right bonuses and score the right amount of points. Now, in the solo mode, you actually have this solo campaign book of 20 different scenarios. Now, I've played 5 of them so far, and they are all different, providing different, goals to go for, as well as special rules that change the way you play the game. And so let's talk about the gameplay. Now, the gameplay in Keystone North America is a lot of tile drafting, card drafting. You're going to be drafting these cards from a little market of cards. You can draft whatever card you want, but you have to pay what is called these synergy tokens. They're little acorn tokens, and you just have to pay them as you work your way through the line. But you draft the cards and you place them somewhere in your ecosystem, and you're trying to align, like I said, cards that share the same habitat, as well as develop this ecosystem. And an ecosystem is a run of cards in consecutive numbers. So like 3, 4, and 5, or 1, 2, 3, and 4, something like that. Now, they all have to match the same kind of habitat. There's 4 different kinds of habitats, and so you want to match those up as well as make a run of numbers. But you're also having to do some of these special goals, like sometimes it means having these spring cards in there, or winter cards, stuff like that, or endangered species, or keystone animals, different other animals that are going to help build out your habitat and ecosystems. But another thing you can do on your turn is you have these special actions. These actions that let you, fish into the deck a little bit, or even out of the discard pile, discard cards from the display to keep cards cycling, moving cards around the board, and all sorts of things like that. And there's also some that let you research certain animals, and that gives you more points during your scoring. And so there's quite a lot of things to do. The art is fantastic. It looks beautiful on the table. There's a lot of interesting choices, but definitely the meat of the game is that solo campaign. Without the solo campaign, this game is boring. I hate to say it, but it is. Because I first played the game without the solo campaign just to try it out, and I found it was too freeform. I could do way too much stuff, and I could score this great big score rather easily. But with this solo campaign, it really restricts your choices and has these goals that you have to accomplish or you lose the game. And that is fantastic. I've loved every single scenario so far. There's also these envelopes in the game that unlock as you progress through the scenarios. Now, you could open them all up ahead of time. It's just extra cards and stuff that help augment the game. But I like that unlocking and, gaining this new content, working your way through the scenario book. So I have a lot of plays to go. I have 15 more scenarios to do. And so, yeah, there's a lot of replayability here. Now, the game is very easy to learn as well, because really you're doing 2 actions. You're either drafting a card or using one of the special action tiles. And so there's very little overhead to learn the game. It's easy to remember how to play the game. And so you can pack it up, bring it out another day, and not really have to look over the rule book much at all. And so I have a lot of great things to say about this game. Now, this game is not a 10 out of 10 game. If I thought about it, I would say it's more like an 8 out of 10 game, maybe even a 7.5. It's a good game. It's fun, it's enjoyable, it's quick to play. The scenarios are what make it shine. And I'm really glad that they included that in the game. And so there you go. That was my first impressions after 4 plays of Keystone North America by Vega and Joyce, and published by Rose Gauntlet Games. Let me know in the comments below what you think of this game if you played the game. How far have you gotten in the scenario book if you have? Please also like and subscribe to this channel if you like the content you see here. And I thank you very much for joining me on Tabletop for One. Have a great night.